And of course, I had to do a Tom Brady video for you guys.
The magic you're looking for is in the will of trying and not giving up. The love of your dream is in your heart. One day you'll look back on your life and appreciate the struggle and have nothing but gratitude for everything that happened along the way. And you come to recognize that in return, you're given the chance to earn the greatest edge of all, and one that can never be taken away. To anyone who's struggling early in the morning or late at night in pursuit of your dream, struggles that many will never see, and to any leaders out there who believe in someone who doesn't yet believe in themselves, keep going. Keep going, because will always finds a way. I want to live a great, impactful, purposeful life, and I want to impact people from the lessons that I've learned and see if people can learn anything and try to relate it in their life some way. I've been fortunate to learn the right things, and what I believe to be the right things, what worked for me. So I wrote them down, because people ask me all the time, hey, I want to do it. How do I do it? What should I do? And I said, okay, well, let me think about it. And, let me articulate it in a way that, people can understand. I wasn't blessed with a lot of things that they wrote about. They want someone tall, they want someone fast, they want someone strong, they want someone that can, have all these physical traits. But I didn't have all those physical traits at the time. So I had to work to develop other traits, leadership, perseverance, determination, work ethic, discipline. And then you get to be a professional athlete and everyone's really talented. Well, what other skills have you developed? You can't just rely anymore on being the most gifted, being the most talented. What other things have you been able to develop? And I was fortunate to be in very competitive environments. I'm not going to bring the typical, what you're looking for, but if you give me time to develop, I can develop into something that could, be a great leader of a team and be very disciplined and set the tone and, great work ethic. And those are things that I enjoyed then, and I still enjoy those things now. I'm an athlete. I depend wholly on my body. My body is my asset. I can't go out there on the field and eat, fast food and expect it to perform. If I don't have this, if it breaks down, I can't play. I wrote it in the book, when I was a young 25 years old, I couldn't throw the ball. I had a terrible diet when I was a kid, the worst diet, and probably all the way through I was 25. And then I was like, okay, well, this isn't working out well. I'm not quite getting the results I want to get. So why don't I change? Why don't I try some different things? And over the course of 15 years, it came to this. And it's hard to say for someone, hey, do all these 30 things and make a difference. I think they're not right. It's just start slow. Start with what works for you. And maybe start cutting out a few things, but only if you want. I mean, it's everyone's life. They get to choose what they want. It's up to people to determine what they want to achieve. I do have a purpose of wanting to use all the things that I've learned over a long period of time, at the highest athletic level, to teach other people what may work for them in their life so they can do the things they want to do. I just had in my mind like, oh, cool, I went to school and I want to play pro football and I'm going to get picked and of course I'm going to play. You crazy? Why would you not think that I'm going to be able to do that? And everyone else was like, you should really think about another job, or you should put together a resume. And I was like, why would I put together a resume? I'm going to go play professional football. I want to be the best I can be. I know when I go out there, it's not to compare myself to this guy or that guy. It's everyone's good. Everyone plays good. I still feel like there's still more to be accomplished. I was practicing the last 2 days, working on my technique, on my fundamentals, on all the things with my training. I still feel like I can be better, be a percentage better. If you happen to be very lucky, when you're 10 years old, you'll have people in your life who tell you the world is anything you want it to be, and you'll believe them. And those people will never put limits on your abilities. In return, no matter the circumstances, you always try your best and you never give up, because that's what you do when you're chasing your dream. If you're lucky, you'll have family, teammates, coaches, mentors, and trainers along the way to help you when you lose faith in yourself. And they'll give you the strength to carry on. If you're lucky, you may get picked last. You may ride the bench, and many times the team may move on without you. And you come to recognize that in return, you're given the chance to earn the greatest edge of all, and one that can never be taken away. Will, heart. So to anyone who feels left out or is afraid of trying their best for fear of failure, you're not alone. The
Es que dijo que le llame a su celular.
will of trying, not giving up. The love of your dream is in your heart. One day you'll look back on your life and appreciate the struggle and have nothing but gratitude for everything that happened along the way. To anyone who's struggling early in the morning or late at night in pursuit of your dream, struggles that many will never see, and to any leaders out there who believe in someone who doesn't yet believe in themselves, keep going. Keep going, because will always finds a way.
All right, and that's from Tom Brady, 7 championship Super Bowl wins. And I love this comment right below. If you see that, Tom Brady was a backup quarterback in high school, a backup quarterback in college, the 199th pick and backup in the NFL, and he ended up as the greatest football player ever. So never give up. Guys, you know, it's so funny because he went on to a new team now, the Buccaneers. I'm a huge Patriots fan, and whatever. It's so great. It was nice to see him win that. But it ties into what I wanted to talk about. And it's funny that then the Super Bowl came and happened, and then Tom Brady won it and everything. But I have to be really honest with you guys and share it with you that in the last month and a half, I have gotten text messages. I've gotten text messages from people. Give me a sec. I'm going to mute. Uh-oh. I've got a couple people who have an open mic. Okay. So, anyways, I've gotten text, guys, and phone calls from agents in the office, some that I've never met, that it's pretty sad, but they're like, I've been in the business 2 years and I never made a sale, and I'm not renewing my license. I'm not paying my MLS dues. I'm just going to go find a W-2 job. And I've gotten these messages a lot in the last month and a half from different agents. And you know, I think to myself, well, I never saw them in the office. Yeah, okay, COVID, fine. But I never saw them on one of these Zoom meetings. I never saw them on the Thursday Zoom meetings that corporate puts on. I never saw them on the Saturday Zoom meetings. I mean, I didn't even get a, you know, John Greer tells me, he goes, yeah, I used to get complaints about, you know, so-and-so's door knocking over there. Well, yeah, they're doing their job. That's great. You know, I remember many years ago, an agent put out like 60 signs out in the city of Norwalk, and they fined him, and Bruce Mulhern pulled out his checkbook and paid the fine and said, go do it again, right? And I think I shared with you guys, whenever I did an open house in the past, I had 2 goals: either get a lot of people into the open house and get it sold, or get all my signs picked up by the city and get fined. One of the 2 had to happen. So you have to believe in the process, but you also have to put in the work. And you have to, you know, part of being a great agent, you know, part of being a great athlete is coming to your coaching meeting, right? To sit in front of Bill Belichick and hear him tell you that you guys didn't do good last weekend, but you got to do better next week, right? And not to give up and keep working on yourself. So it's so, you know, Tom Brady, here it is. And again, Kobe Bryant, I was in a meeting last week with corporate, and they were talking about how Kobe Bryant, his first year, never made 1 shot. His first season, you know, when he's a little kid, whatever, but still, right? So you could better yourself. You could always grow. You could always improve on yourself, but you got to take the first step. You got to try. And here's Tom Brady's quote: you have to believe in your process. You have to believe in the things that you are doing to help the team win. And I think you have to take the good with the bad. And, you know, when he says the team win, I know that us as an office, we're a team, but, you know, you are your own team. You know, that's the tough part. The biggest thing that breaks my heart about these people that text me and called me saying that they're going to leave the business, the biggest thing that breaks my heart is I don't know how much they're going to be paid to do work for somebody else. And to me, that was just, you know, I don't know. I think, you know, real estate is the best thing ever because, you know, you get to make up your own hours. You get to work on your own business. You get to decide what you want to do and how much money you want to make. And it's all in your hands. And I think, you know, going to put in 8 hours for somebody else at probably minimum wage, you know, is terrible. So anyways, that you know, I don't want to be the negative Ned about that, but you know, it's just and I'm not saying this about every one of you on the call. I'm just saying, you know, for anybody out there, you know, if you're not being serious about this business, you know, I would hate to hear from you in the future that you know, oh, I didn't make it, Benny, because I didn't make a sell in 2 years. I would feel so bad to hear that from you. But if you're not putting in the effort, then what do you expect, right? The first step to losing weight is getting a gym membership, right? Step number two, showing up, right? It does sound easy the way I say it, but it's not easy. I think I was watching a video on from Denzel Washington today saying if it was easy, everybody would be an actor, right? Everybody would be Brad Pitt if it was easy. It's not easy. Everything requires hard work. So, anyways, let's move on, guys. Let's make a deal. Does anybody have a new listing or a buyer that you're working with that you'd like to share with us?
Debbie here. I'm working with 2 buyers.
Okay.
The first one is looking for under 600 in San Pedro, Wilmington, possibly Santa Clarita, La Puente. They're not real. They want to buy tomorrow. That they're not real picky. It has to be 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, a 1-car garage, and they're not very picky. The other one is looking in Corona. They want a home built after 2000, 4+ bedrooms, 2+ bathrooms, and a 3-car garage.
Okay. All right. That's Debbie Rubin, guys. If you have a listing coming up, please share that with her. You know, it's easier to put a deal together in the office than it is outside. So, and right now, I don't know if you guys follow me on Facebook or Instagram. Saturday, my listing in Lakewood, 54 families. I could have been arrested for having a super spreader showing, but anyways, you know, it's going to be hard to get your offers accepted right now. There's a lot of competition, and so if you know somebody in the office, you've got a little bit of a better chance of getting your offer accepted. Anybody else? Any listings or any buyers that you have?
Hi, Benny. This is Cecilia. Here, I have a buyer that wants to buy Mission Viejo, Laguna Niguel, and Laguna Hills, 1.3 up to 1.3, 4-bedroom plus, if possible. Private pool is a must.
Okay, got it. Wow, you guys, you know, what a great, you know, maybe you can't go door knocking, or maybe you could go drop off, you know, maybe in those neighborhoods and say, hey, we have a buyer for you, right? Look at that. I have always shared with you guys, you know, that's Cecilia's buyer, but that doesn't mean that you can't get a listing and put the deal together, and vice versa. You know, you could always use use that buyer or use our listings in the office to say, hey, you know what? Remember, I think I shared this with you guys a couple of days ago. Is you say, hey, you know what? I have a listing in Costa Mesa. Sure, it's Jolie Piccolini's listing. It's not yours. You say, you know, it's in your neighborhood, and I was thinking you might know somebody that wants to move to your neighborhood. You know, this is like your sphere of influence. Send them a text with that. So something to keep in mind.
All right, and then this is Bernadette. I have a buyer who's looking for a home in El Monte, Covina, West Covina, and Baldwin Park. Their
Okay,
only requirement is they want a lot that is 7,000 and above.
got it.
And
What is their
the
budget?
house is okay. It doesn't matter what the house looks like as long as the lot is huge. That's all they want.
What is their budget?
Their budget is they're working for between 500 to 600.
Got
So
it.
it will really depend. This is more of an investor, so that's why.
Got it. And I recently sold a home out in Covina. I'd say a 7,000 square foot lot. You're probably going to be closer to 600 for that kind of a size. But you never know, if it's, you know, if it's a fixer, you might get a better deal.
Yeah.
All right, good. Anybody else? Okay, let me go to our MLS real quick, guys, and show you what we have in the office. this is my listing, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet in Lakewood. But we're probably going to accept an offer tonight unless you have a buyer for this. This is the one where we had 54 showings. And also wanted to share with you guys, my photographer on this one, I didn't go with QuickVid this time. I just went with a guy named Richard Yamakawa, and he's actually pretty affordable. He was only $150. So, you know, if you're just getting started and you don't want to spend $500 for this big fancy video and photography, this guy is a great bargain at 150. As you can see, I mean, he does a good job. So, all right, moving on. We've got, okay, there we go. Long Beach, this is just listed by Eduardo Morales. 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,703 square feet on a 6,000 square foot lot. He did tell me that this one requires work, but it's priced pretty aggressively at 1.2, even though it needs a little bit of work. Here we can take a look at the pictures. So that's what he's talking about. It needs a couple things there. So some paint, maybe some updating. But if I'm not mistaken, he said, yeah, it's right by Cal State Long Beach. So good neighborhood. All right, that's Eduardo Morales. Keep that in mind in Long Beach. My Tyler is back, but probably going back into escrow today. So that fell out. Our buyer got cold feet after his home inspection. What else do we have? Bedroom, 1-bath, 984 square feet. This is by, Eduardo Morales again. Let's take a look at the pictures. So basic 2-bedroom, 1-bath. All right, so that's Compton, and he's asking $499. Wow, that's crazy. Two-bedroom, 1-bath, 984, 500,000, guys. I believe that is all. Yes, that is all of our listings right now. So let's go on. Just in case you guys want to make a note, Richard Yamakawa, that's the photographer. That's his phone number. He's $150. Pretty good job. And like I said, so an affordable option if you don't want to go 500 into like video and all that. So, all right, congratulations. I think John Greer is going to be really excited and happy for everybody. We've got 18 in escrow. So congrats to Marjorie Tyson, Jean Browning, Christina Furneaux, Jennifer Alcaraz, Jolie Piccolini, Tamara Michike, Bernadette Chua, the Morales team, Angie Sandoval, Louis Carroll, Carrie Katsumata, and Don, and Jose Reeves. Congrats to you all, 18 in escrow. That's a really good job. And of course, those will probably be closing this month. So congrats to everybody there. So far for
Mr. You forgot mine. Just put that in today in the morning.
Oh yeah, but those.
Come on.
It's not in SkySlope though.
It's already in SkySlope. I put it in the morning. It's there.
Oh well, you know what? It didn't show up on my screen. But all right,
come on, you're leaving me out.
We'll recognize. See everybody. Renee is now $1 million producer because he just a $2 million escrow. So now you know he wants the recognition. So I'll tell you what. Next week we're gonna put his picture on the screen. So all right. So for the month of February, with 9 days in. We've got 4 closed there. So congrats to Don and Carrie, Marlene Celestino, Rosie Melgoza, and of course, our fearless leader, John Greer. Congrats to you all. John Greer, do we have you there?
Yeah, I just had to get unmuted. Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, Vinny, that was, I really like that about Tom Brady. You know, that guy, I don't think anybody will ever, you know, do something like this ever again where that many Super Bowls won. The next one closest as far as quarterbacks was Terry Bradshaw, I think, won 4, and he was only in 4. They won all 4 Pittsburgh Steelers, but not only that, I mean, the guy at 43 years old is still playing like he's 23 years old, and it's pretty amazing. So anyway, the game kind of got blown out, and that wasn't so much fun, but anyhow, I had a couple things here, Benny. I'm sure some of you have heard with the eviction stuff. So I just wanted to read this. I'll get that second. What I wanted to talk about was CAR, California Association of Realtors. Housing demand is stronger than normal so far in 2021. While tight supply continues to put upward pressure on housing values, robust price growth will not ease up until some balance between supply and demand is restored. So there's a little bit, let me finish it. Recent survey results suggest that the housing market could be getting more listings in the coming weeks, possibly because of the improving pandemic situation and a recovering economy. So, that same thing, I'm sure you guys have all been approached, whether it was yesterday, 2 months ago, 5 years ago, about, is this a good time to buy, right? You hear that, I hear it all the time. And this is telling me it's a good time to buy. The fact that the prices are going to keep going up and rates are low and that sort of thing. So that, that just be a little fuel for your fire. But it looks like in the way we've started, Benny, by the way, I noticed for the year to date, so that would just be last month starting, but we were number 4 in the whole company in closing. So I wanted to say congratulations to everybody, the whole company. We did good. That was awesome. Right?
Absolutely.
All right. The other one here, let's see, I thought I had that open. Oh, shoot. Well, anyway, it's about the, evictions. And I just wanted to remind you and read this to you. They've extended because they, here we are. Governor Newsom has signed, and also the U.S., the whole U.S. extends the current statewide eviction moratorium law until June 30th, 2021. So, here you go. Federal eviction moratorium, which was recently extended through March 31, and which will likely be extended further by Congress. So the new California bill extends existing law effective as of August 31st, 2020. So all I'm saying, that's a real negative deal, but that's still going to be through June 30th, you guys. So heads up there from February, which was extended. Here's the practice tips, and we're getting this from our legal team. No agent should provide any landlord or tenant with any advice regarding evictions, rent forbearance, or rights to recover unpaid rent. 1. 2, no agent should advise the landlord whether or which notice should be delivered to tenants, nor prepare or deliver any notices to tenants. And 3, because there are overlapping federal, state, and in some cases local laws and ordinances that and regulations, this area of the law, the only advice that an agent should give to landlord or tenant clients is to review their lease provisions, consult with their qualified local landlord tenant attorney about all the facts concerning their specific situation. So listen, so the thing about this, if you think of it, we're all trying to do the best we can for our clients. We want to save them money and help them out and hopefully get a referral from them and stuff. But this is one area right here where you really need to stay away from and not wind up in a lawsuit where, John told us, hey, or he filled out these papers. That's a real volatile area right there. So even though we want to help them and do the best we can, the best thing you can do is refer them to an eviction attorney that would know all the local laws. Now, the other one, which is interesting, that kind of dovetails with this, is, you know, Proposition 19 is going to start next week, and the 16th of transferring, you know,
Parent to child.
what's that?
The parent to child portion.
Right, transferring the taxes over from somebody that's passed away to their kids, and that they're going to have the reassessment unless they move into the property. But I've been passing out these flyers that I got from Orange Coast Title, by the way, and I've had 2 calls. One, they were asking, well, hey, you know, this to throw this out there is really interesting. Was their parents had passed, but in December, and because of this new ruling, they were concerned about the title. So they were on already with the parents as joint tenants. And they're asking me, you know, hey, so I need a preliminary change of title form, you know? And I'm like, well, for what? And then they're telling me all this. And I'm like, you know what? I don't have all the answers. You need to call a trust attorney. And I gave a number. And then just Saturday, from passing out the flyers again, same thing. My mother-in-law passed away. I'm calling on behalf of my wife, and she left a trust, and we haven't done anything. We still don't have a death certificate. And I'm like, hey man, you need that death certificate. I can help you there. You know, say you definitely have to get that, but you need to call this attorney. And they said, thank you. You know, they were very happy. So questions are like, well, okay, if they file their paperwork to clear up the title a little bit, does it go from date of death for back to December, or does click, boom, the February 16th comes, that's it, you're being taxed if you don't move into that property. So there's stuff there. When I started going through it in my mind, I'm not clear about, I don't have an answer to, and I wouldn't even think of trying to answer that question, or that in that first person to try and give them any advice at all, because I have to remind you guys, it's called practicing law. When you start getting forms filled out for them and recorded for them, you're practicing law, and you can lose your license. So I just want to get the negative Nelly out there, you know, for today. And it's nice and gloomy out there. So kaboom, that's it, Benny. I hopefully I got everybody all bummed out.
Hey guys, but you know, John was saying, you know, you don't want to give anybody any advice. So if you notice, I put in the chat box this lady, her company's called MT Evict, and her name's Paulina, and I put her phone number there. What I do is somebody says, hey man, do you know what the laws are? And you know what, call Paulina, she'll help you out. And if you need her to evict your tenant, she'll go ahead and do it for you. So those phone numbers are there in the chat box if you need them. But yeah, don't give advice, because you don't want to end up having to come out of pocket big for, you know, trying to help. So, all right, Joe Coyer, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry for Joe. One other thing I wanted to mention is the getting old with if you're selling a home that has a tenant in, and I put this out before, you want to make sure that tenant is out, so that's not on your back. So just along with the rest of this stuff, be very careful, because you get in there and your clients want to move in and you can't get the tenant out. So just a heads up, just throwing that out there.
Got it. Yeah, guys, and remember, anything 28 days or less, don't forget to even if you're in your contract, you put you know, close of escrow plus 3 days, try and use a SIP form, which is a SIP form, seller in possession, just to protect you. You know, you want to cover your bases with that and make sure that that nothing comes back and haunts you. You know, it's crazy. I'll share a quick experience with you guys. I should know better, having, you know, some experience, but I closed a transaction on Thursday, and we had given the seller 3 days to move out. Well, the listing agent told me, hey, maybe they'll be out Friday, right? The next day. And so when I talked to my client, I ended up telling them, you know, yeah, guys, you know, more than likely you'll get your keys Friday, right? Because the listing agent said that maybe they'll be out. Well, it turned out that no, the seller ended up needing the 3 days, and then my client screwed it up because they're driving over there multiple times throughout the days, sitting in the driveway, staring at him and everything, and got him angry and whatnot. So you know, note to myself again, and I should know better, and this has happened in the past, is, you know, when somebody tells you maybe Friday, don't tell your client that. Just say, hey, you know what? We gave them 3 days in the contract. If they do end up leaving sooner, I will give you a call. But if I were you, I would just expect to wait the full 3 days. Just so that doesn't backfire on you. Learn from my experience. Let me be your guinea pig. But yeah, that's something that I would, and you know, and we're gonna have a lot more of that now because you have people going to upleg properties, and so you know, they might need a couple days after the close. Let me see if Joe's on the call.
Yep, I'm here.
Oh, there he is. There he is. Awesome. All right, Joe. Go ahead, man. Take it away.
Awesome. So we've seen a little bit of an uptick in rates over the last week or two. Nothing too drastic, or maybe about a 0.125% increase across the board. FHA and VA, you're looking about 2.5%. Conventional conforming, you're looking about 2.75. Conventional high balance, you're looking about 2.875. Still excellent rates, but we have seen a little volatility and a slight increase. I think during the last meeting, I had made an announcement that FHA is now allowing for DACA, which is a huge step in the right direction, very beneficial for a lot of our clients. Now, for many years, even when DACA was accepted by Fannie Mae or by FHA, most down payment assistance organizations were not allowing for DACA. But as of this week, the Golden State Finance Authority and the two down payment assistance programs that they have, Platinum and Open Doors, are allowing for DACA borrowers. So again, another very positive impact for the industry, something that's been missing for a long time. If you have any clients who are maybe DACA recipients, who maybe weren't able to buy in the past due to a down payment, it's a great opportunity to reach out to them and you know, see if you can drum up some business. The same organization, the Golden State Finance Authority, also made an announcement that their mortgage credit certificate program is running out of funds. So they're a little limited at the moment. You know, usually we're just using this as a benefit to our borrowers to get them that yearly tax credit, but sometimes we're using it to help increase how much they qualify for, because we can use this yearly tax credit as income to help increase how much they qualify for. So it's important that if your client is relying on that income for their qualification, that money is available once they open escrow, or that you know right away whether those funds are going to be available or not. So you know, sometimes you can use it to increase how much someone qualifies for by maybe $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So it can have pretty beneficial impact. Just important that you don't it doesn't end up messing up your transaction. Another thing I wanted to bring to your guys' attention is business is starting to come in from these tax preparers, CPAs. People are starting to file their taxes. Everyone should have gotten their 2020 W-2s by the end of January. So we're seeing people filing their taxes, seeing self-employed borrowers reaching out to us to discuss how much income they should claim to qualify for the type of home they're looking to purchase. We're seeing borrowers who are getting their tax refund checks, or at least expecting them in the mail, or to hit their accounts in the next few weeks. A lot of people are relying on this for their down payment. I would say, you know, if you have a client that maybe is currently qualified for down payment assistance, maybe having a tough time getting their offers accepted, this might be a good opportunity for them to use their tax refund for the down payment, switch up their pre-approval, maybe give them a little bit of a competitive edge. You know, same thing for those clients that are asking sellers for closing costs. We all know that how difficult that is nowadays to get a seller to cover the closing costs. So they can use these funds towards improving their qualification, improving their financial position, increasing their FICO score, whatever the case might be. Now is a great time to definitely remind them of that before they spend it on something else. But that's what I got for you guys today. Let me know if you have any questions. If there's anything we can help with, we're always here, whether it's marketing or whatever it is that we can do. So please reach out.
All right. Thank you. Christy Rye and Keegan Hoffman.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning, guys. Sorry for the noise I made. My phone was in my purse and it unmuted. I apologize.
You're fine. You're okay.
So we are coming to the end of the week, guys. Prop 19, as John mentioned, has had us just scrambling with people wanting to transfer their property to their children at the last minute. Because it's, John had mentioned when the parents pass, the property passes to the kids. And yes, it is on date of death. The transfer occurs at the time of death. And so if they died prior to this Tuesday, they fall under Prop 58. If they pass on Tuesday or later, it falls under Prop 19. But you also can transfer when you're still alive. And seriously, our phone is ringing off the hooks. I'm even getting calls from other reps who don't know how to at least guide people and get them at least the basic information. And I do mean basic because we've heard it so many times from so many different sources that, I mean, Keegan, I think you would agree the basics is what we tend to push. And then you've got to really read the paperwork that came from the State Board of Equalization, and we all have that to provide, and also the video from the assessor. Would you guys if you don't have that information from Keegan or myself yet, please send us a text or an email and we'll forward it over to you, because that's the best thing to do in terms of getting getting them in the right, sending them in the right direction. Okay. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, remember the Prop 6090, that changes April 1st. They call that the realtor measure. And the reason being is that seniors who can take their tax base with them to their replacement property, they're not going to have all the restrictions that Prop 6090 had. Prop 19 is lifting many restrictions, such as what county you can move to, how many times you can use the proposition, as well as how much you can purchase now, your purchase power. You can purchase, the sky's the limit. So you're going to get taxed on the difference, but you now have so much more. We have people that are in that age bracket. It's shameful that they call somebody 55 a senior, but for the people that are in that age bracket, it's a great thing. And so people are already putting their homes on the market, you guys, timing the market to sell their upleg or buy their upleg rather, April 1st or latter. You can sell now and buy after April 1st. A lot of people don't know this. Benny and I may have mentioned this last week, but this is just so important to be reaching out to people that are 55 or over or severely disabled. They're the wounded veterans. And there's a couple of other victims of fire hazards, fire disaster, and then contamination. But there's so much opportunity, you guys, and they're saying that this new proposition, as it changes from the way we've known it, Prop 19, the transferring your tax base is going to be a game changer for you guys. They named it the realtor measure. So Benny, they just got to get out there and talk to people.
How about a flyer that the top reads, 55 is the new 45.
I love
know your benefits.
That's awesome. Keegan, we need to share that with Ricardo, okay?
Hey, Christy.
Yes.
It's Sean. The other one is they can use it 3 times, up to 3 times. And
right.
So
multiple times.
They can only do it once. And now they can do it 3 times. So we want to get that out there to them too. It's not just that you used it up, that's it. No, keep moving.
Right. Well, John, before you could only use it 1 time, and husband and wife were conjoined. That's the one. You don't get 1 for wife, 1 for husband. You're conjoined. So Max and I were saying, like, let's say we sell our house and we downsize, we get a condo maybe in Seal Beach, and our neighbors suck, loud, obnoxious, and we want to get the hell out of Dodge. We can't take our tax base with us again. We lost it. But now with Prop 19, you end up someplace it's not what you thought it was going to be. You can take your tax base with you. So there you go. Yeah, it's a lot of benefits.
All
But
right.
Prop 58, Prop 193, parent, child, grandparent, grandchild, our you, Benny, you're a child. You know what I'm saying? You've got your parents are still with you. If they transfer a property to you after it's got to be on or before this Friday. You're going to get taxed full market value unless you move into the property. So.
Wow.
And for Orange County, it actually has to record Thursday because Orange County is closed this Friday.
Yep.
And so is Riverside County.
John Greer, you want to adopt me now? You guys didn't hear that, did you?
No.
I said, John Greer, do you want to adopt me now?
Yeah.
Oh,
All right. Thank you, Christy Rye. Thank you for sharing.
you're
All right,
welcome.
let's move on. I don't think we have Stephanie. Although I'll tell you guys something new. I'm either going to say Stephanie's hard at work or they have one of those algorithms, but I took a listing the other day, and as soon as I put it in the MLS, I got an email from Stephanie saying, hey, don't forget about me and home warranty. So she's not here today, but don't forget about Stephanie and home warranty. All right. So I decided, are you in the game? And it's so funny, guys. I actually came up with this idea on Saturday, the day before the Super Bowl. And then, I mean, how great was that Super Bowl? Anyways, you know, John, I got to give it to Patrick Mahomes, though. The guy never gave up. To me, he looked like he was always trying, but I felt like his team wasn't there for him. You know, I don't know if you feel the same way, but I always seem to catch him like last minute trying to get that ball into somebody's hand. And sometimes he did actually complete, but it's yeah, crazy. So, you know, hey, that relates to us in real estate, guys. If your team is not there to support you, then, you know, you might not win the Super Bowl or might not win the sale. So make sure that your affiliates, Christy Rye, Stephanie Pagan, Jennifer from Escrow, Castlehead, who else? Your lender, Joe Coy. Make sure that they're, you know, that you line yourself up with the right team so that when you're out there quarterbacking, they catch the ball for you and you're able to close the game. So, anyways, this is just a collection, guys, of things that I noticed on Saturday. Actually, the last 2 Saturdays back to back on my showings. The first thing, and it's just because I noticed a lot of people, we didn't make any appointments, but you should have seen this. This goes reverse. I know that Vince Lombardi, if you remember, we watched videos on him sometime last year, and he said, you know, if you're 10 minutes early, you're I think it's 15 minutes late. I can't remember, but basically he says, like, if it's 10 o'clock, show up 15 minutes early. Well, here's the other thing, guys. With my showings lately, they all start at 12. I had people walking up to my clients at like 11:15 trying to sneak into the house. And my client's like, hey, man, we don't got anywhere to go. Everything's closed. We're going to go take a drive by the beach, but we don't want to leave the house at 11 or 11:30. We want to leave like at 11:45 and then come back at like 4:15, you know? So it goes both ways. Show up on time. Don't be way too early and don't be late for sure. But, you know, follow those directions. If you're seeing right now on the MLS, you know, if they give you an appointment, show up on time. Don't show up too early and definitely don't show up late. But I'm telling you, this was not only on not one agent, it was multiple agents trying to do that on both of my listings. And it was just like, come on, man, give my seller a break. So number 2, wear your uniform. We had people coming up to the showing where you're like, who's the agent? Who is he? The guy with flip-flops is the agent with shorts? Oh, okay, got it. You know, it really, like, you couldn't tell the difference, and that's not professional. You know, I don't care. I know that we work in a more relaxed industry. I heard a guy say the other day that he doesn't wear a tie anymore because it's too formal. Okay, but at least dress business casual. Look a little bit better than your client does. If your client looks better than you, I'll tell you what, you're probably going to be one of those guys that's going to call me in a year saying that you took another job 9 to 5. Number 3, always carry a business card. I can't tell you how many people did not have a business card at these showings. And I'm telling them, hey, we don't want any blind offers. So if you give us a business card, we know that you showed the place. John Greer, you know this. We always leave a card on top of the kitchen counter or on the little table at the entrance of the house. What is that for? It's to prove to the listing agent that you showed the place. You know, some agents are really specific like that they're going to go and look back and say, dude, you never went into the house. Why am I going to present your offer? So carry your business card, not only for that point, but, you know, for people out there that you're going to meet. This one guy told us, it was, oh, I don't carry a business card because of COVID. Oh man, come on. Fine. You know, then in that case, like text the other person, hey, here's my phone number, here's my info or something. But it just, yeah, go ahead, John.
The other one that is that they're so expensive. Well, I'm leaving a card here. They're about 2 pennies a pop.
Yeah.
How many of you guys stop and pick up a penny anymore? Not many.
John, you're gonna, I know you're gonna go Benny's crazy, but guys, I think my business cards are like, gosh, I can't remember exactly, but they're like 20 cents each. So they're more expensive than, but you know what? They're almost like 2 cards thick, and they're like thick, hard paper, you know? And so anyways, every time I hand one of these out, everybody just goes, wow, that's a really nice card. So for me, it's worth the 20 cents because I stand out and it sets me, you know, apart from everybody else. But gosh, you could go get business cards, a big box 1,000, right, John, for like 30 bucks or something, 40 bucks. So don't let that be an excuse, and carry them in your car, put them in your purse, put them in your wallet, wherever you can, because you don't want to be caught without it. It's like it's a new American Express card, in my opinion. So, all right, you are the professional. Take control, guys. Oh my gosh, we had an agent from Compass walk into the showing, and they started measuring the whole house, and I got a line of 20 people outside. I'm going, you know what? That's unacceptable. We don't have time for you to measure the house, number one. Number two, you don't know if you're going to get it. You don't know if the guy likes it yet. You're barely walking in. What's going on here? I would totally have stopped my buyer. I would have been like, hey, you know what? They got a huge line. Look, first walk it through. You know, what's more important, the house or your furniture? You know, unless your furniture was imported from like Europe, you know, when the Gettys were alive, it's probably not worth as much as more than the house. So, you know what I mean? So anyways, I definitely take control, guys. Oh, let me give you another one, and I'm gonna get to it later, but you guys are gonna trip. John Greer, you're gonna trip out on this. I had about 3 or 4 agents show up without the client, saying the client was out of town, but they were gonna FaceTime the client through the house. So what I did is I just took a mental note. Okay, I'm not taking this dude's offer because they never saw the house, right? I mean, how are you going to see a house on Zoom? Just incredible. So I hope none of you guys are doing this out there. If you are, shame on you. So number 5, be committed to your clients, okay? But also make sure that your clients are committed to whatever it is they want. So either they're selling or they're buying. So this ties in with that last one, guys. Is you know, I asked the guy, I go, I think his name was Oliver. I go, hey Oliver, I go, you know, your clients, where are they? Oh, they were out of town, they couldn't make it. And I'm like, dude, honestly, I mean, I shouldn't be saying anything to you, but hey, man, if you're more committed to seeing the house than your clients are, there's a big problem here. And then I told him, I go, hey, man, when I was a little kid, my dad bought a house, he would ask for time off, or he would ask for a day off and make up the time later. Like, it was a serious commitment. If your clients can't make it to the showing, don't book the showing, guys. Don't go look at a house without your clients. Right now, unfortunately, you can't preview. So it is what it is. It's very hard to preview. But I'm telling you, if you're going out there and looking at houses for your clients and they're not with you, please don't say that you know me. All right. if you're not first, you're last. Guys, I've had agents in the office come to me and tell me, hey, Benny, we're going to wait till Monday right before they're going to present offers to find out what the best offer is and beat it. You know what, guys? I've had people do that to me on my listings, and I'm like, you're not that serious. Usually the first offer is the one that like is pretty solid and they know what they want, and that's why they made an offer quickly. Here's the trip, guys. I don't know about you, but and I checked with a couple of my colleagues. When I go out on a showing on Saturday at noon and I come back to the office at 3 o'clock and my client said, write this up, I get the offer in that night. Even if I have to stay in the office till midnight to submit it, I do that. I don't go, oh, you know what, tomorrow's Sunday, I'll get it to the guy on Sunday, or I'll just do it Monday. No, do it right then and there. The sooner the better. I can't stress this enough. Once all the offers start coming in, you might get lost in there, right? So don't wait till, oh, we'll wait another day, see what happens. No, try to be the first offer. The second thing that ties in with it is make your first offer your highest and best offer. So you got to tell your clients, look, how bad do you like this house? Oh, we really love it. We got to have it. Okay, we're going to make our best offer now because you might not get a second chance. Okay, not everybody's going to counter you. Not everybody's going to send you a seller multiple counter. So we have to make our first offer our best offer. So guys, keep this in mind right now. Believe it or not, Marlene Celestino closed a house at 600 in Anaheim. Okay, and it was on the market for a couple of days and they had no offers, so she only closed it at like ask or like $5,000 over ask. Okay, so there's still those deals out there. You just got to look for them, right? But on everything else, I've told you guys 500 to like 700, you're gonna have to be offering 20 to 30,000 over ask, and then anything that like is over 800, those are like 50 grand over ask. In some cases, some people in the millions are doing like 100 over ask. So in relation, look at your comps, look at the activity on the house, and make your best decision. What your gut tells you is probably right. Number 8, in a virtual world, be human. So this is what I mean, guys, is go see the house in person, take your clients with you. None of this, I mean, you could do like, a phone call for certain things or a Zoom call or FaceTime for certain things, but be human, go out there and show the property, go out there on the appointment. I went to a listing appointment last night and I've told you guys before, play it however your clients play it. So I showed up like this. I had the mask on and my client goes, dude, I just came back from getting my second shot. She goes, I don't mind. I go, really? Okay. So she took her mask off. And then my client goes, oh, I already got my first shot a couple of weeks ago. He's a police officer. So he goes, I don't mind either, Benny. And they took their mask. They both took their masks off. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to take my mask off too. Right. But if your client is like, no way, you got to leave your mask on, there's no, then play it however they are playing it, but be human. So, all right, number 9, communication is key. So guys, right now, if chances are you're representing more buyers than sellers. If that is the case, just because you submitted an offer doesn't mean that you stop communicating. We accepted an offer on Spry Street in Norwalk because the agent kept texting me like every day and calling, hey man, just wanted to see, is there anything else I can do to get my offer accepted? Well, do I need to change anything, man? I really want to get this house for my client, So he kept communicating. He just didn't drop the offer off and then cut me off. So communication is really key right now in getting your offers accepted. I'm not saying that if you bug the crap out of the agent, he's going to take your offer, but you'll be top of mind. And he might say, well, you know what? Now we have a higher offer at this price, right? All right, last but not least, guys, and we're gonna wrap it up, is you can't score if you don't try, okay? So if you're not out there, Debbie Rubin came into the office one day, some guy sitting out there in a Lamborghini that goes to the gym, and she walks up to him and goes, wow, what a beautiful car, blah, 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 right? So she's doing a family occupation recreation dream kind of a thing on him, Ford. And And she says, here's my business card if I could ever help you. And that's it. You know what? That guy might not be doing anything, but maybe he meets somebody next week and they say, oh yeah, you know, we're thinking of buying a house. Oh, you know what? I met this lady over at the gym. She works at Berkshire Hathaway. I think that's Warren Buffett's company. It's kind of flashy, kind of nice, like my Lamborghini. All right, whatever, you know? So, but if you don't try, you can't score, right? There's no way. So if you don't take that shot of the basket, not going to happen. Don't swing the golf club, never going to hit the ball. So, you know, keep trying, you know, don't give up. Just like we saw in that video in the beginning, you know, you got to keep trying. And if you don't try, you can't score. And I'm telling you, it's really sad. And it's such a bummer. I was telling John Greer that, you know, and John, believe it or not, one of those agents messaged me again last night, you know, talking about, you know, oh, I can't make any money in real estate and it's a tough gig and all this stuff. And it's just like, man, there's no need for that. If you put effort in, you will get something out. I promise you. I've told you guys before, accidents will happen. You know, if I run out onto a walker every day at the same time, eventually I'm going to get hit by a car. If you go out there every day and hand out your business cards and talk to more people, eventually you're going to get a sale. So don't give up, keep on going. And please, whatever you do, don't text me and say, hey, I'm leaving the business, because there's no reason why you should do that. You should be texting me, telling me, Benny, guess what? I opened another deal. Oh, one more thing I want to share with you guys. Debbie was sharing with me, she got a client that wants to buy a house and he's in chemotherapy. He has cancer, right? It's like, so what's everybody else's excuse, you know? So you know, just a crazy thing out there, but you know, there's a lot of buyers, a lot of potential opportunities out there for you. But if you don't swing, you won't know if you're gonna win. So, all right. Anybody have any questions? You want to share anything with us? Everybody's good? All right. Make it a great week, everybody. Thank you for being on the call. I appreciate you all. And see you next Tuesday.
Great information, Benny and John. Well done.
Thank you.
Well
Thank
done.
you, Benny.
Thank you. All right. See you guys.
Thank you, Vinny. Bye-bye.